From Worcester, Massachusetts, we have Dizasta, an incredible MC and performing artist with an incredible discography and an amazing story in hip hop. We're going to bring him in and talk to him about his recent album plus his broader discography. Let's bring him in. Peace, 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 peace.
Peace.
How you doing, my bro?
Pretty good, actually.
That's good. That's
Really good.
good.
Really good. Just wrapped up this album today,
Oh,
actually. So
man, because I saw a post. Oh man, this is a disaster. It's an honor to have you on the Cristopolis Show. You have an incredible story in hip hop. You're truly like part of the fabric of hip hop with so many
appreciate it.
different chapters going all the way back to even your father. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So I want to
sir.
unpack everything, but you opened it up talking about this incredible news. What can you share with us about the new project?
Uh, is definitely my best piece of work yet. And I know everybody, in this game, you always progress, right? From the first album, every album should be progressively better, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's certain few MCs whose first album was their greatest ones ever, but nonetheless, though, they progressed as MCs. I will say this is gonna be one of my best piece of work so far.
That's beautiful.
Definitely.
Man. In regards to, production, who's involved in the album, whatever you're ready to share, because I also believe very much in the mystique, and every artist wants to approach projects differently. But I mean, we're all ears.
Oh man, listen, I'm still as long as I've been in it, I'm still fresh me, so I'll tell everything. Let's get it. SoCal actually produced the entire project. And it was funny because it was out of left field. I've seen him, he's seen me. We never reached out to each other, and I was already in the middle of putting together the instrumental album, having just finished that album last year in July, The
Yeah.
Journey. And I'm working on a few albums, with a few different artists, Rusty Jokes and stuff. So I just put everything on hold because as soon as he sent me the selection of production, it captivated me to where it was just like every day every day I'd hit him up like with a new song done to one of his
That's
production
crazy.
as a reference because when as an artist what I do is I record it pre-production in my studio, get the delivery on point, then go to the big studio and lay it down professional.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's dope. So,
Oh, so
yeah, I mean, SoCal is a monster. He's been working with so many people. He's hot right now.
yeah,
So that's amazing that you guys are about to like blow it up,
yeah.
now this year in 2025. So many interesting pieces that you share with us right there, just in like how you work and how you put it together.
Oh yeah.
So he sends you, he's sending you production for you, and
He
you're turning around
already
songs.
he sent me a pack already done. Like it wasn't one by one. Like he was like, I've been wanting to reach out to you, and I just want to know like what is it gonna take for us to work together, and I'm not one of those diva acting persons, so I'm just like, yo, let me hear your shit. He sent it. I'm like, let's go. Let's go. Let me lay these down real quick. Let me put these on pause. And then he ended up linking me with Marv One. Shout outs to Marv One.
Yeah,
He's on this project. Rusty Jux is on this project. I reached out to Bad Seed to get on the project. Bad Seed is on the very beginning of this project, and then I just got RJ Payne on this project too. So
that's the joint that I saw in the post. So,
hmm
does the project with SoCal have a name yet?
yeah, Hunger Pains.
Yeah, so I saw Hunger Pains. I didn't know if that was like like the name of a track, and the RJ Payne actually name drops you in the joint, right?
hmm
It's like dope. It's a
hmm
dope verse.
Yeah, yeah. Trust me. Like I'm a fan first before anything, right?
Yeah,
So soon as I heard it, I was like, damn, yo, should I rewrite my shit? And then he co-signed my verse in the message that we was messaging.
that's
He
dope.
was like, yo, your verse was fire too, King, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, say less, let's
Right,
go.
right. What a good feeling, man, from such a legend and prolific artist like RJ Payne. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Everyone you've mentioned so far, though, Rusty Jooks, Marv One, Bad Seed, RJ Payne, incredible MCs, incredible with the pen and prolific, like
Hmm.
yourself. Yeah,
Thank you, thank you.
yeah,
Yeah, man. I grew up under the straight hip hop. That's why I keep it boom bap. Like, dude, I could go through different avenues, but I got to keep it boom bap to the core. Like I was around Sean Price heavy before he passed away. Rest in peace. And he
peace.
dropped a lot of jewels on me, and it resonated with me. And until this day, it has a powerful influence on the music that I put out.
Yeah, yeah, there's so much hip hop history that you've been a part of and been around
Hmm.
in studio sessions when you were a kid and around legends like Sean Price and of course the Wu-Tang Clan. What kind of moments or you right now you mentioned Sean Price, rest in peace. What type of moments or what can you share with us from those experiences?
I'll say that, like, just to be able to be involved with them on that personal level to where they could critique me not only as an artist but as a man,
Yeah,
because I was young dealing with these dudes in the game, and like I'm talking
yeah,
teens, and I got them schooling me on yo man, I know you hood and everything, but you should if you don't want to have to fight somebody, I suggest you tone down the N word a little bit, stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, and like real game that maybe when you're with people your age hanging out, you act a certain way, and then people are taking you and they're like, look, there's like a professionalism in the industry, in finished
Hmm.
products, and things that can happen that you don't want. You don't mean for that to happen, but if you're not, so you got to think chess,
Oh
right? You
man,
got to think
listen,
chess.
listen. The game moves very fast, right? And even taking a hiatus, it's almost like like dog years, basically, right?
Yeah,
Like, what I'm saying? Like the dog's 3 years old, but in reality, the dog's 21. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You take 3 years out of the game, that's like taking 20 years out the game.
yeah,
And when Sean, unfortunately when he passed, I that really took a toll on me, and I took the time to get my personal life
yeah,
prepared. And then, so getting back into the game and getting my feet wet again, it's definitely been, especially because when I stopped, it was during the errors of the beginning stages of Facebooks and the Instagrams, and MySpace was just dying off, stuff like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I know what you mean. That specific era when MySpace ended and like Facebook takes over, it was
Yeah,
weird because I feel that we haven't had a thing like what MySpace was until Instagram.
exactly,
There was like a
exactly.
void. There was like a different navigation. You know what I'm saying?
Even till this day, I mean, I miss a lot of the things I used to do on that as far as a musician goes, and all the promotional
Yeah,
um opportunities that it presented within there that didn't really mean monetarily. You know what I mean? Like now,
absolutely.
you could get all that marketing stuff on Instagram, but you gotta pay. You gotta pay the sponsor. You gotta do all these different pay to use different apps to
Yeah.
to create certain type of elements. Whereas before it was like, yo, here's my playlist on my page. Take a listen to
That's
them.
a real interesting point because it was kind of like music first, whereas
Hmm.
this is mobile first, and it's like not it's like photography first, like photography and now video and
Hmm.
everything that encapsulates. It's a real interesting observation.
Like
Back to good.
sorry.
Now, brother, please.
Essentially, the whole reason for it is because you mentioned the end of mumble rap,
Yeah,
that song, right? That's basically what my niche is in the game. Like I'm not a fan of this basura that they put out on the airways, the saturation, and people are scared to get canceled because they would speak or voice their opinion about an artist, and then they're like, "Oh, you're hating." It's like, because I think they're whack. I mean, he's not even flowing. Vocabulary is so basic, it's
yeah,
unnecessary, and
yeah,
just a bunch of different things, and kudos for anybody that that is able to break through the shell of putting themselves out there and presenting themselves. But with that comes criticism, right?
yeah,
And you got to be able to take both. Just as good as somebody tells you, yo, you're fire, you got to be willing to take that, yo, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
to segue back into stories about legends, that was one of the most humblest things I've ever experienced as an MC, was being in the studio with Deck,
Yeah.
and we all were on a track together. He's on it, so I wanted to act like Mr. Cool Guy, like boom, 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 banging out a verse. I'm feeling it. Write my verse in 30 minutes, lay it down. Within 45 minutes, it's laid down. Everybody's like, "Yo, that's fire, that's fire." And Deck's like, "Yeah, it's a dope verse, but it doesn't match what we talking about. Do it
Mm.
over." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, straight humble. My ego's flaring, and he's like, "Yeah, it's all right, but it's not for this."
And I mean, and that's Dak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
What you gonna
And you can't
do?
say
Like,
nothing.
you can't say nothing.
Oh
That's dope. That's dope, man. The
yeah.
the new album, Hunger Pains. How many tracks is it gonna be?
Uh, 11 musical tracks. There's one intro in the beginning, so 12 altogether. And then we'll throw in some, different skits and stuff, but I listened to this album, all the music, all the songs into it over and over and over, driving here. I'm driving Dungeon Master crazy, just listening to these songs over and over, and we found a good order to put that in that kind of tells, like if I wrote a paragraph explaining this album, it'll all flow together and as the track order.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's really dope. That the ordering of songs on an album is such a important part of it. I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
really is what makes it like an album, right?
Oh
It
yeah.
like it has the kind of have a feeling that takes you on like on a journey,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like going. That's like you playing some music, right? You go from like Ja Rule and Bobby Brown to like MOP Annie Up, and it's like, whoa, that's two different types of feelings right there. What are you doing? Gotta make sure they blend.
But Bobby Brown be getting that MOP sometimes. Don't sleep on Bobby, he wild.
He from Boston too, so
There you
shout
go.
out Bobby. Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, man. The you mentioned it. You mentioned that I think in your story, but I want to make sure that we capture it here and for the public.
Yeah.
Um, does Hunger Pains have a drop date?
June 3rd. That's my birthday, so
That's
I'm dropping it.
dope.
I'm dropping it officially on all DSPs June 3rd, and then June 7th we're gonna do a listening slash birthday celebration. Shout out to Bad Seed, he's gonna be hosting it, so
That's
it's gonna be a
dope.
fun thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, shout out to
Seed's such a
Megaland putting it together.
dope human being, man. So creative in so many ways, not just on the mic, but the persona, the acting, the camera, everything. He's a legend. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's dope. Where's it gonna be at?
West Springfield,
Yeah,
Massachusetts, so right down the street from the birthplace of basketball.
that's dope.
Yeah, yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. Um, what else could you share as, we kind of wrap up the conversation about the upcoming album, Hunger Pains? What else would you like for us to know about it, in regards to this new project?
The Hunger Pains project, I'll say so. I'm not one to do singing type of tracks or singer type of tracks per se. I used to have a decent voice. I used to actually I started off learning how to sing before I even started making music,
Wow.
and I had some songs where I had the chorus and the whole concept ready to go, and then of course I'm like, damn, I don't want to just put any old person on this album. So I hit up my guy, James Capra. His whole family is legendary out of Massachusetts. They're all singers, like I'm talking about like church going singers
Yeah.
type of deal. I hit him up real quick and he blessed me with the vocals, man. And then he was like, I like this one track on here, can I do a verse on it? I was like, go ahead with your bad self, bro. Came through on some Anderson Paak tip, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, this album sounds fire.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Because singing does add another. I love hip hop.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I love bars, but singing brings another musicality to it, right?
And I will say another thing, a lot for the most part, right? People know what style. The people that generally listen to my music, they know what I'm about to bring. If you hear a hard beat, I'm slapping this. I'm slapping out of
Yeah.
somebody. I'm doing something. It's kick punch rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
get out of here. You know what I mean? That type. But I think this album, really touches a bunch of different elements. As I'm transitioning from such a deep album like the Journey that I put out,
Yeah.
which was based on a whole tragic thing that happened to me. But to go from that to this, the Hunger Pains, I think it's just showing my maturity as one, a man and a musician,
Yeah.
you know. And then I think people are gonna really be interested in hearing what I got next in the upcoming, because I got so many features that I've been sitting on that it's time to start putting things out.
Oh man, you're gonna have an incredible 2025, my bro.
That's videos and everything.
That's dope. That's dope. And talking about videos, now that you're at a place where Hunger Pains is pretty much ready, and you're planning the release of it. You're known also for your visuals, right?
Mhm.
Death to Mumble Rap, and recently like the No Favors and many videos that you've done over the course of your career. Is there any video work that you're kind of planning for the release of this album?
So yeah, so the day of the release party, I'm gonna have Bad Seed out here. So we're gonna shoot the video for our joint. It's called Get Stomped. Just think about that. Bad Seed and Dizzy Disaster on a song called Get Stomped. That's
Yeah, you already know what it's gonna be.
uh-huh. Timberlands flying everywhere, you know.
Blood flying
Jordan
everywhere.
Retro Fours, you know.
That's dope. That's dope. So that's gonna be an incredible visual, and he's got so much experience with visuals too. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I've been writing the treatment over and over. I'm trying to really put in what it's worth nowadays. You know what I mean? Like growing up and being so entitled to be around all these legends and being so like spoon fed these opportunities that I had, and I earned them. Don't get it twisted, but
yeah,
a lot of cats, like Jimmy Kane, they showed me love, put me on, and just a lot of different people that brought me around different situations. Like to be able to now have the mindset of I'm ready to invest 100%, which means money, time, anything that it takes to make sure it's heard, because someone's gonna hear it and someone's gonna like it. And if they don't like it, you know what? It's all good, because that's just my lasting impression in the game.
yeah. And if they don't like dope music, it's not their lane. They're into something else. You know
It
what I'm
is what it
saying?
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
but don't get it twisted. I could touch them avenues, and that, like I said, the next pieces of work moving forward. I mean, I got shit with excuse my language. I got stuff with Stu Bangers. I got a lot of stuff that, like, so people are gonna just be ready.
Nothing but heavyweights. And yeah, man, express yourself. There's no, no limitation on how you could cuss, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
all
yeah,
love.
yeah, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure,
it's
for
all
sure.
love.
You just
But
so proper. I'm like, damn, what's up,
don't get it twisted.
I seen your video earlier. I'm like, man, this dude got it made. Look at him walking through this paradise
Oh,
looking area. Like,
oh man, cause yeah, we were in Venice yesterday. Yo, I'm from the East Coast.
mm,
I'm from the East Coast, right? I'm from DC, and
okay.
LA is beautiful, bro. LA
Oh yeah.
is LA. I mean, you know how they say out here, you know what I'm saying? Like LA ain't safe, you know what I'm saying? Like don't get it
Oh yeah.
twisted, right? But like just kind of like geographically, it's a very special place. You know what I'm saying? It's just a very like you're in the mountains, you're in the desert.
Oh
Like
yeah.
there's little mountains all through the city, and then like the
SoCal's from there.
whole it's
He keeps
nuts,
telling
man. It's
me.
nuts out here.
Yep.
It's real different from the East Coast. I love the East Coast. I love the seasons and everything. But California gets cold and they got pine trees and shit. So it's not how you think, how I perceived it on the East Coast.
Yeah, yeah,
It's real
yeah.
beautiful. It's real special. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, but yeah, man, I was out in Venice with my beautiful wife. And she snuck that
Nice,
video.
nice.
I don't really post myself, you know what I'm saying? She snuck that video. I was like, all right, throw Jim Morrison on that. Throw Jim Morrison on that shit. Let's go. But yeah, bro. I'm really looking forward to the new album. Thank you for sharing all those details.
For
But
sure.
in regards to your broader body of work, right? You recently released um the instrumental
Oh
album,
yeah.
right? Can you talk to us about that?
So that was just that. So I got friends, I got artists under me, my team, I got artists that I'm produced for, and I got albums that I'm producing for a bunch of people.
Yeah,
And all these dudes, they're like, yo, why don't you sell your beats? Why don't you put them on this channel and that channel? And see, that's not my lane. Like I'm doing well in life already. Like I do marketing management for a living.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like I
yeah,
subcontract myself to different situations. That's a whole different
yeah,
topic.
yeah,
But
yeah,
so I'm too busy for all that. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna I got so many beats just sitting here. I already finished up the album with Rusty Jukes pretty much. I'm like, I'm just gonna pick a bunch of beats that I really like, but I don't want nobody to have them because I don't want nobody to rock over them. You know what I mean? And then I'm like, so I just put them over the beat, the CD, and then I'm like, everybody could rock over them, but it's already out there. Like it's nobody could say it's my own. Now, I mean, if somebody says, hey, I'll throw you like 5 bands for that beat, I'll be like,
yeah.
okay, you
No
know, that's yours.
problem.
Scrapping it, but as of right now, this is for the world, you know, like, and I feel like I'm gonna do more now of that. So I feel like once every 6 months I'll drop a beat album. I don't want to saturate neither, but I'll
Yeah,
drop a beat album once every 6 months. So definitely gonna drop one towards the end of the year.
yeah. We're really in a very special era of like MC producers. You know,
Hmm.
I feel like there was a window of time where that was a little bit more rare, and the different tools and people's knowledge on how to do stuff, and just there's just more out there. We're like in a renaissance, and artists that are very creative could be renaissance men. You know,
Oh yeah.
how long have you been producing?
Uh, Officially, I would say like as of like the last 5 or 6 years, but I've always been dabbling with it ever since I went on tour. Oh man, I think it was 2012 or 2013. 2013. I went on a 56 city tour called the Adrenaline Tour with Crump Snatcher, Block McCloud, Chi King, Tattoo.
That's a
And
big
we went,
tour.
yeah, we went all around the country in a 7 passenger Ford Econoline. That's a, whew. But and somebody gave me a laptop, a Dell laptop with Reason and Fruity Loops on it, and I just was learning it, just going everywhere learning it. My beats was corny as hell, yo. But I remember I sold 2 beats to these kids in Bozeman, Montana, and moving forward, I was like, yeah, I'm making beats. I was like, I just got food for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm making beats.
That that's dope. That's dope. And that's how you started.
Yeah, man, it incited me. So, and then
Yeah. And then
I
yeah, yeah,
no
yeah, no, no, keep telling us.
no I then I I fell back from the producing thing. I was doing the rapid thing, booking the shows with Sean Price and everything. And then one day I just threw like a lot of money towards the laptop, and just from there just kept on going again.
So what are you producing
Again,
on now?
invest. I've used multiple different like MIDI key plugins and everything, but I got a MacBook Pro that I
Yeah,
use. Just bring it
yeah.
everywhere with me with external hard drive and chop up and ready to go.
You and for the cats that are producers out there and they come across us and they want to learn like what, dolls and different programs are you using?
So I could pretty much use any. My favorite one I would say is Fruity Loops,
Yeah,
the FL.
yeah,
People always got their different opinions about it, but I'd say it's the most. It's very intricate, but it's like it's very easy as long as you understand how to navigate through it, you know.
yeah,
And for the most part, when you understand how to navigate through one DAW system, it's pretty easy to navigate through everybody else's DAW system.
yeah,
It's all like the same jargon, same like um, words, same everything. So it's
yeah,
just understanding how to access
yeah,
them. That's the
yeah,
main thing.
yeah. Yeah, you
But
know that it should have the ability to do this thing. You just gotta find it.
yeah, I'm pretty universal, man. You throw me in a studio and leave me alone, when you come back, I'll have something cooking up. So.
That's dope. That's dope.
Mhm.
And are you using, where are you pulling your sounds from?
So TrackLib, a lot of the sounds I just go on YouTube. I
Yeah.
just sample search that way, rip the MP3, but then I put it through the regular scans. Let me tell you, that instrumental album, I had to upload it like 4 or 5 times because certain samples weren't getting cleared. So I'm like, I had to keep changing the song that was or the beat that was on that album. And by the time I got everything cleared, I was like, good. It's right at the deadline, and then I put it through. So,
I can't stand that they do that, man.
well,
It's like
no, it's
so
good. I mean, it's good though because I rather have that than have somebody, you know, copyright infringe me or something, or get my
got
stuff taken
it
down.
once it's on YouTube and all
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, exactly. So I get it all clear now, over with. Y'all ain't trying to sue me. If I pop off with this, leave me the f alone.
Yeah, yeah. Track Lib's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Tra-
Oh yeah, I honestly, so one of our, I'm a part of Dirty Klansman, Old Dirty Bastard tribute group, Temp Chamber, Wu-Tang, and we have Iceman. He's a producer that's on our crew, and he's like very, very big into the track live and everything. And he actually brought it to our attention. He showed us. He goes, "You see this sample?" He goes, "Look at how much it was on the track lib now. Trying to purchase it outside of track lib, look at how much more thousands of dollars it is to clear it." And
wow.
it made sense. I'm like, damn, that's good look. So, yo,
Yeah.
Tracklib, y'all owe me a check for this free promo, by the way. At least give me 6 months free, damn.
Well, I was up on Track Live. I was up on Track. I know, right? Comp me a year, right? We'll call it even. I was up on TrackLib the other day, and they had like some special going on where they were like, you can move your credits from other places over here,
Oh
right?
snap.
And I was like, yo, what other places? What
Yeah.
other places?
Oh, they got Splice. Splice is another thing. That's the only two that I know of, actually.
Yeah,
It's just those two.
yeah. But Splice has got like the sound libraries, whereas TrackLib's got them samples. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, and you could get stems from them too, which is what I really favor a lot, because I like manipulating the basses and everything. Like, let's be real, like I can't pick up a guitar and start plucking it and playing, but I got this sound bank in my head, and I feel like I'm like a composer.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
composing these sounds and orchestrating them together to create this beautiful symphony or so,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, brother. Hip hop's kind of like that. You're like a composer for grabbing sounds from places and putting it
hmm
into something new.
No,
Yeah,
I still dibble and dabble with playing my own stuff, and it comes out good a lot of times. But the times that don't come out good, if for obvious reasons, you don't hear them.
yeah. But my bro, there's a very special album that you're well known for. That's The Journey.
hmm
And that I know that's a personal album also, and people who go and listen to it will get a lot out of the album. Can you talk to us about that album, what it meant to you?
So yeah, October 2022. I fell victim to somebody basically giving me something false, and I was doing recreational things, which I learned my lesson from, obviously. But I died on the highway for like 5 minutes. They resuscitated me, threw me in the ambulance. I was in a coma for a couple weeks. I almost was just done. But I don't recall a thing. I woke up on Halloween. Every one of my family I ain't seen in years, all around me, and and the months after that was just, it was like a start over process. Like, man, getting my truck out of impound, and just it was a lot of different bad things that was weighing on me, and I persevered through it all. No help. I didn't ask nobody for nothing, and not saying that nobody would have not helped me, because
Yeah,
I have a good support system. I would never say, I did everything dolo, blah blah blah. Yeah, I did it dolo, but I did it dolo because I chose to. I know there's people that would help me out, and I have a good support behind me. And shout out to all those, like my man Hostile is one of them. But I have a really good support team around me and stuff. So that's always what's the biggest thing, and it just kept me grounded. And I was again working on a whole different project, um, which got backburned 4 times now,
wow.
because the journey. Well, initially I had an album called Just Another Creative Element, Jace.
Hmm.
That's what it's called.
Hmm.
My pop's name is Jace, and that's his company's name, Jace Media. So Just Another Creative Element. I created the album, and for the most part, everything's recorded. But it's like once that situation happened, I backburnered it, and then I started working on songs for this album. And I was working with this kid at the time, and he was just every day coming to my crib as he's chopping up. I'm writing, and that's literally every song was created together. He didn't send me shit. He didn't, like, I didn't send him back nothing. We did every track together in the
That's dope.
studio, from him while he's making it to me while I'm writing it. So that album literally is from the heart,
Yeah,
and that's why I put it together like the way I did. And it's just, it definitely meant a lot to me.
yeah, yeah. I'm sorry that you went through that.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things, like the saying goes, like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So I'm sure that your perspective on life now and the art you're creating and this amazing year you're about to have right now, all of this is the way that it is in part because of what you lived.
Yeah, I love the way that you just said that. This amazing year, right? The literally, I'll give this last piece of the album. The last track on this album, the RJ Payne one is one of my top favorite. Like I love it, but my most favorite track on this whole album is called "Hell of a Year," and it's the last track on the album.
Wow.
It's my favorite one. Listen, that just the greatest summary of the whole album is that track, and that's why, oh, man, I just can't wait for y'all to hear
I
it.
know. Now, as soon as
But
the joint drop.
this Monday, Cinco de Mayo, we're dropping Real Life, which features Rusty Jooks and Marv One. So that's
Okay,
dropping Monday as a
that's
single.
dope. That's a dope Cinco de Mayo. That's
Hmm.
what's up, my bro. That's what's up. We talked about it a little bit already in the interview, but um, along with so many legends that you've been around, you're affiliated to the Wu-Tang Clan and have been around them and contributing and on mixtapes and on Wu Radio and all these different things. Talk to us about how that happened and the impact that's had and who you're closest with.
Um, so my boy Jimmy King, I've known him. I've known him since he moved to the East Coast. He's from California, Koreatown,
Yeah,
and he's the one that started Straight Up Entertainment, which essentially put together special teams: Edo G, Jason Slane. And we were in between artists at the time because he had just special teams just moved on to Duck Down and everything was good. So he just started. We just started doing a lot of shows. He gave me a budget one year, and that's how I met Sean Price and everything.
yeah.
Then every month we were just doing shows, show after show after show. Then RZA heard about what we were doing. RZA called in to meet Jimmy, and he was doing the Afro Samurai at the time, and then they had ideas of this competition called the Next Nine Generals, and they were basically it speaks for itself, right?
Yeah,
So, but the problem with that though is that's when Wu-Tang wasn't really together like
yeah.
that at the time. So they did that kind of to stir the pot and make them come out the shell, and it worked good for them because you notice Wu-Tang got back together, did the Beneath the Surface album, and then all of a sudden that Next Nine Generals it was never ever in existence. But needless to say, so they made him the vice president of Wu-Tang Management, and that was my boy, my right hand man. And so we would just go around New England, and I would just start up every cipher, and just to recruit people to get on the show. And then Capadonna noticed me, and he's like, "Yo, you fire, blah blah blah. Earn your stripes. Though you still got to go through the competition." So I still went through the competition like normal, and it was love. So I initially built with Capadonna the most. Shout out to Master Killer too. He's a real humble person,
So
and as of recently, I'd say Inspector Deck is who I built with the most so far. I mean, even to this day, the texts on the holidays and stuff, like they're all genuine people and good people, mentors at that, but
yeah,
me and Deck built on a different level because a lot of the shit that he goes through on the regular, I kind of go through too. So we kind of got a little, and then Capadonna's birthday is the same as my son's, September 18th.
that's
So
dope.
it's just a lot of stuff that
Yeah,
happened that worked
little
out.
synchronicities.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So I definitely, I'm definitely very grateful for having being able to be in the whole, Wu-Tang entity anyhow.
Yeah,
But and you notice too, like I'm in published books as well as an affiliate and everything, but I don't really try to promote it like that, right? And
yeah,
the main reason being is because this is the brand that means the most to me right
yeah,
here. So on anything I ever do, you don't ever see me posting Wu-Tang nothing, Wu-Tang management, none of that. It's all Dizzy Disaster or David James music. And the reason being is not because I can't or whatever, but it's just more like that's their brand, you know what I mean? They busted their ass working hard for it. Let people see me with the lights of them, but I don't need to chase clout using their
yeah,
hard work. I'm
yeah.
putting in, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, all I want is respect. Cut me the check after I earned
That's
it.
beautiful. Yeah. And you know, the Wu-Tang is like at the top of the food chain and this beautiful thing in hip hop. But you've been around a lot of the top of the food chain, right? Camp Clik,
Oh yeah.
uh Sticky Fingers, even
Hmm.
like, you know, new cats like you know, the next wave, right? RJ Payne, Buff Styles, Estee Knack, right? You've been around the
Nicky
who's who.
Diamond.
Exactly,
Yep.
Nicky Diamonds, Rusty Jux, right? Like I mean, you've been around so many incredibly talented people, and you're an incredibly talented person. So it's like,
Thank
you
you.
know, you're
Thank you.
moving in your lane.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay within that realm, right? Because these dudes, they, my bad, my bad. Can you hear
Yeah.
me? Okay, my bad. SoCal. Hold on.
You
All
cut
right.
out for a second there. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. That was SoCal. He messed it up.
I do that too, man. The yeah, that's happened to me before too. I had to get a whole new phone because my kids' phones were kind of connected, you know, the Apple thing and all, and they
Oh
be
man.
blowing up their phone and as well as messing up my interviews.
But yeah, man.
Much love to
Nah, I
SoCal. Much love to SoCal. He want to talk about that album.
oh yeah, oh yeah. No, because I told him because I had the singer come in. I had him come to the studio today to re-record his vocals because he sent me his vocals. I was like, nah, buddy, come to the studio.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's come to the studio. You know what I'm saying? You need gas money? Nah.
Dope.
Yeah,
That's
man.
dope. That's dope. But yeah, we were talking about, you know, you mentioned very humbly how you've been around the Wu and so many other legends, but you're really pushing your brand and focused on Dizzy Disaster, the brand and staying in your lane. And you know, you're playing the long game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My bad, man. So Cal just called again. Yeah, repeat yourself again. My bad, man.
No problem. No problem. You know, one of the things that I wanted to ask you about was one of the stories that I read about you is how even when you were super young, you found yourself in, you know, in the studio with your dad and with legends like Edo G and Crumb Snatcher. Can you talk to us about that?
Well, so my dad, not necessarily with my dad. I mean, like I met my dad when I was 11 years old, and he brought me in the studio one time, and that's what initiated everything. But like Jimmy Kang, he used to have a studio, Armory Studios, and this is when Slane was just starting to pop off. He and M Dot even M Dot, he wasn't even around at the time, but Slane was just recording White Man is a Devil Volume 2 because he had already put out Volume 1 on his own. He was working on Volume 2, and then they were doing the Special Teams mixtape, which came out under Straight Up Entertainment. And so I would just hang out at that studio all the time. As a kid, I was like a little trap boy, like, you know what I'm saying, taking cabs with a backpack type of deal. And so I'm just in the studio, and it's Slane's like, yo, could somebody get me some Heinekens? I'm like, yo, I could. He's looking at me like, this little kid? I'm like, yeah, I'll be back. Boom, came back, brought him Heinekens, and we was just chilling. And he just was vibing with me the whole night, throwing me mad stories, talking about how he first met Ill Bill, a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like I was always lucky to be in all those type of situations, you know. And then shout out to Edo G, always showing love too. He just blessed me with a joint too. So we got something in the works with Ron G as well. Me and
Nothing
Edo.
but legends, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I
dope. Where did
just
all this take place? Was this all this in Boston?
It's all in Worcester,
Yeah.
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, my only legend I need to work with before anything, Premier. I get a joint with Premier, my life is complete, bro. I've already got a joint with. I got two joints with. I got tracks with a bunch of different. I got so many tracks with different people. I just want something with Premier, and I feel like I'll be complete as an artist. Like I could pass, and then I'm good. Yeah.
He's such a legend, you know, not only his catalog, but he's still very active.
I know. That's why I'm like, I need to get in. I need to get it while I was good, man. I need them drums, bro.
Yeah, the drums
You
and the
already
cuts.
know I'd stay body one of his beats. I would. I've already done it, but to have it be mine, oh
Yeah,
my God, bro.
yeah, yeah. My bro, at the pace you're moving and with your network, that's very much within, that's not a
Oh yeah.
far-fetched idea at all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Godspeed on that, man. I hope that that happens and quickly. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
That's
For
beautiful.
sure.
That's beautiful.
I will say this though too. At the end of the year, be on the lookout. Like I said, the joint with me and Rusty Jukes, the album. We don't even got an official name for it, but we got Big Sugar on it, Chris Rivers. We got Black Poet. We got a bunch of heads on it. And oh, Rockness Monster. It's fire. It's fire. We got some heat.
Yeah, because you got the new joint that you're about to drop, Hunger Pains, but you already mentioned you got a bunch of other stuff in the clip.
Yeah, man. And I'm telling you right now, I could keep flooding right now if I wanted, but it's no point in it. And I'm not clutching them neither.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be throwing stuff out there randomly, like me and my boy was just talking about it the other day. I started going through RJ Payne's whole catalog. I'm like, oh my God, bro. Like I'm like scrolling, and I look and it's only 2019. I'm like, damn, man, scroll. And then even La Russell, you know what I mean? He's got so many albums, but it's like, at what point is this like do you start funnels start getting dry, or it's be redundant or something, whatever the case. I
Yeah.
just don't want to oversaturate. I wanna tease, punch, jab, get it in. Like, my
Yeah.
main goal right now is to get on as many ciphers as possible because now I just need to bar it all up and just like earn my keep that way.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if I go in a battle game, it's a wrap. That's it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a real interesting as an artist, as also a producer that's been in the game for a very long time, very well connected with many other established artists. That's an interesting observation that right now, the whole music business side of it is very kind of like the Wild Wild West, and everybody's taking different approaches. Some
hmm
people aren't using the DSPs. Some people are flooding the DSPs. Some people are using, a couple of things on DSPs, but you got to go to the Bandcamp for the physical. It's a real, we're kind of figuring it out, right? Because
yeah.
once physical, once went completely digital and the CDs, the tapes, and the vinyl became more kind of collectors, along with, shirts, people drop swag, right? That part of making money and that part of the music business, you're not going to make a lot of money off the DSPs, right?
Mm.
They're kind of choking the artists out.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I just basically make gas money off DSPs. It's the
yeah,
money
you
comes
buy like
in.
an egg McMuffin, you know what I'm saying?
The money comes in with merchandise. You
Yeah,
see, like I press up physicals. Everybody's like, oh, CDs, and it's like, nah. Listen, people want a physical thing to touch. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have vinyls ready for this album. I get my own shipping mailers. I get them customized, so I ship them all around the world.
right. Because you're
I
working in the marketing space. You got like a whole other.
Yeah, I make my own t-shirts. I got a hat press. I make my own hat. I get the patches and I make my own hats. I do everything. Hmm
That's so. For people that are getting game from you, right? Watch this, and they're getting some game on this. What has been, because there's obviously like the music thing, CDs, vinyl tapes, but then there's like sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats. There's other stuff, right? I mean, one of the things that's real popular out here in LA is, little cannabis stuff, right? Little gummies and stuff that they'll put
Oh,
with their shit.
listen,
Nothing for sale. Nothing's for sale, right?
nothing for sale. But I got a label maker. I got pre-roll tubes, empty pre-roll tubes. I grow. So I'll go to a show, right? And I'll tell the promoter, yo, first 10 people at the door, I give them a pre-roll. And it's like an incentivize that we do at the shows. Or I'll give them a pre-roll with whatever they purchase, as like showing love
Yeah.
from my personal garden.
Yeah. Yep. What's the law out there like in Massachusetts? Because in Cali, it's legal, right?
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah, yeah. I mean, for the most part same out here as well too. I mean, of course they'll still hit you with OUI and stuff if they catch you or whatever. But I mean, for the most part, it's if they catch you,
Yeah. And DC was interesting. In DC, it was interesting. Like you can gift, but you can't sell. It
Yeah,
was
no,
weird. It was like
no, no.
Alaska.
it's the same thing out here. Like that's just the way that you term it. Is like we're gifting,
Yeah,
you know. But
yeah,
there's a lot of bylaws and stuff, but stuff is starting to clear up. I mean, we're getting a lot more licensing authorizations and stuff. So it's definitely getting a lot different.
that's dope. That's dope.
Hmm.
And from a business perspective, in regards to the music, because the music in a lot of ways is what people want. They want the artist. They love the artist. They love the voice, the energy, the lyrics, the
Mm.
content,
Oh
right?
yeah.
But it's available on DSPs. People aren't really buying necessarily, so they're buying other stuff. What has moved for you? What have you noticed that's like, this is probably going to sell, this merch is what's going to work? What have you observed?
The CDs always sell out. Like it's amazing because I keep on shortening myself, and I got to stop doing that. But like I'll go to press up my CDs. I'm like, I'll start with 100. Like next week, the 100's gone, and it's
Wow.
like, damn. Yeah, buy another, and you know, I'm selling them $20-$25 with shipping at a time at a pop.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like that's instant return, and
Great
it's mad
margins,
love because
really good margins.
yeah, I mean, in all actuality, I probably don't get back everything I invest, but to me, it's me getting my art out there. To me, is like is therapy for me. You know what I mean? Like to be able to go to a show and captivate people with my words, and then the feeling that people get, making you feel like you're the man when you go to these events and everything, and they all want to take pictures with you, have you sign shit, give you free things, like all this stuff. It's just like that euphoric feeling is why we do this. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
let's be honest, everybody like their ego stroked. You know what I mean? But it's like, so when you in that moment and you got like 20 motherfuckers coming at you at once, like, yo, let me holler at you, yo, blah, 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 blah. What are you doing after this? Yo, can I do a verse with you? I got 300 bills right now. What up? Blah, 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 stuff like that. You know, it's like, it's love. It's like, oh, I could really eat
Yeah.
off of this. Okay. You know, like, shoot, I'm not no millionaire, but I'm definitely a thousandaire off of music, you know?
Yeah. That's dope. That's dope. One of the things that you have that I think's unique, um, that not all artists have it. A lot of artists are prolific, and a lot of artists are good with the pen, but you perform. And you cut your teeth performing. You talked to us about how you were going on the Wu-Tang different open mics, how you've been on tour. You
Yep.
talked to us about the 56 city tour and all of the different things that you've been a part of. You know from firsthand experience what it's like to get on stage and rock a crowd over and over and over again, many, many times, hundreds of times.
Oh yeah.
Some of the videos that are right there at the top of your social media is your recent work with Punchline Academy and the infamous
Yep.
Amadeus and all of those different things, right? Talk to us about your live performance, your passion for performing, because a lot of, nowadays people don't have to perform if they don't want to, right? They could just release music. You get on the mic, you rock,
I,
you rock the
like
mic.
me, I like to actually perform it, right? Like, because there's the thing with me too is that with my voice, I do well on microphones, like holding mics. I've gone to places where everybody sounds like shit. All of a sudden, I grab the same exact mic that they were on, but my shit comes out clear and crisp. It's I was trained through a lot of different people as to how to hold the mic when you're performing and everything, and then no vocals behind me.
Yeah,
Like sometimes I'll use my backups or every others, but for the most part, it's all beat and me. That's it.
yeah,
And to me, that's really like the show. Like that's I like to get the crowd involved when I'm doing those type of shows. They do participation.
yeah.
I throw shirts in the crowd, hats in the crowd. Um, I stay in tune with them. Music stops. I'm just going off the top real quick. Boom, next joint. It's just
Yeah.
energy. It's all pure energy. By the time I'm done, I'm always spent.
You leave it all on the stage.
Yeah, man. It feels like I get off leg shaking like I just had a big ass brawl or something.
Yeah, that's dope, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's emceeing. That's
yeah,
where the term comes from.
yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's definitely fun, man. I'll say the best place I ever performed at though, man. I'll never forget Burlington, Vermont, and Wisconsin, man. Uh, Nina was oh no Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Let me tell you, bro. right? I got booked from these dudes, right, from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. They're brothers, and they're like, "Oh man, you know," because I posted, "Hey, I'm doing this is when I did my mixtape,
Yeah.
that Ron G hosted and Corrupt put together for me." And so I'm like, yo, I'm doing a little 7 city tour around, oh no, 7 states, 15 cities. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Around the United States real quick. And so my boy hooked me up with these dudes out of Oshkosh. He was in Neenah, Wisconsin. So I did a show in Neenah. Then I was in Oshkosh. All biker dudes, straight biker gang, like white boy biker gangs
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
not like not diverse in the slightest. It's just all white dudes and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you sure this shit's gonna be? He's like, trust me, bro, trust me. My dudes fuck with Boom Bap, man. They love your shit. And I'm like, all right, cool. And we did the show, mad love, mad energy. Like, yo, I had
Yeah.
shorties trying
That
to pop
biker
me off in the
energy.
back, everything,
Yeah,
yo.
that shit was wild. They're smashing,
Yeah,
they're
bro.
smashing beer bottles.
Some of the best times of my life,
That's
man.
dope, bro.
Oh yeah,
That's dope.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
what's
That's I love hip hop.
fascinating is the different demographics around the country.
Yeah, man. Hip hop is amazing, bro. Where it brings you throughout the whole country, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, no, and it's really dope because so many of the people that you've mentioned, right? Sean Price, Rusty Jux, R.J. Payne, um, they get that passport stamp too, and hip hop is
um, I'm
international.
on I'm on the way for that too. I just got booked August 12th in Alberta, Canada. Actually, I'm doing the Puff Puff Pass Festival.
That's dope.
Hmm.
That's dope. Is that going to be because you've performed a lot, like we were just talking about? You've been doing this for so many years, been a part of so many tours. Is this going to be your first show outside of the U.S.?
Oh yeah, oh, yeah, definitely my first outside for sure. Yep.
Bro,
Definitely ain't gonna be
congratulations
the
on that.
last though because that's why I wanted to get my passport because I need man. I get a lot of love in Brussels as
Yeah,
well, Nottingham, UK. DJ Grasshopper, that's my boy. Like that's my DJ when I go to Europe.
yeah,
And he's done so many cuts for me. I've done so many tracks for him. He's infinite love. But I need to get out
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Once you get to Europe, you're gonna crush it out there, man.
Yeah,
That's
man. I am, man. I
dope.
can't wait.
That's dope. My bro, you had mentioned that there's several artists that you have under your wing as a producer, and all the different things you also do of marketing and just your knowledge of the game. As we start to wrap, anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, man. My dude Details, he's got an album. It was supposed to have dropped in February, but he just got his beautiful baby girl, so he's getting his life situated. But we got Fix Your Face, featuring Mickey Diamond on there, and a bunch of other heads on there as well too. But then we got oh, shout out to Copyright too, by the way. He's the
Serious,
man,
serious
bro.
spitter.
I
Yeah,
love Copyright, man.
yeah, man.
Let me see. Shout out to my boy Wiz, my boy THC as well, Mario on the Canada side, my boy Dungeon Master from Dirty Klansman, who's out here right now. We're actually working on his project that I'm producing as well, out of the dungeon. He's already almost done with it too. And then we got a Dirty Klansman album called Darts. So shout out to Dirty Klansman as well. Carnage, Sage, Smooth, Manny MacGyver, Eddie Hispanic, Strux, everybody, man.
That's dope.
Jimmy King,
Yeah,
all the fam, Hostile, everybody.
that's beautiful, bro. My bro, I know that everybody who's a Dizzy Disaster fan and people that are going to discover you this year are excited about all of the work you got coming. You have a new album dropping on your birthday. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
The
yeah, man.
the the Hunger Pains joint and a tremendous 2025, my bro. I'm really excited for you.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, man.
Yeah, bro.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's an honor to have you on the Cristopolis Show, my bro. We're running back in the future. You're doing big things.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Well, maybe out there.
Yeah, bro. Come out to LA. It's beautiful.